Good morning, all. First of all, thank you for Oman Smart Living for having me here. I'm architect Mohammed Nissar, practicing architect, and also chairman for Indian Design School. We have a college for the interior designer, and along with that, we have a practice as well. So today I'll be talking about smart living in smart way because we have done many projects dealing with smart homes. Higher-end villas and universities and other hospitality buildings. So I'll be just speaking about how exactly the context will play a role. If you just look back in India, so I'll be just running through the presentation. So if you see globally, whether irrespective of the context, you can see a similar kind of building, whether if you have different climate, whether it's a Middle East, whether it's anyway, any part of the world, you can see the same module repeating everywhere. So that's can't help it out. That's how exactly it is right now. It's a same prototype which can be seen most of the places. With respect to compromising on the context of the places, whether in terms of climate or social thing. And say, for example, you have say in Middle East, you have the glazed facade where you'll be getting a lot of heat energy. Then you'll be having HVAC system backup for that. It's like you're creating a problem and you're solving that. So if you see here, I'll be talking about in terms of context of Indian. I've taken three places. One is in Rajasthan, which is almost similar to our Oman climate. It's more generally arid and semi-arid, very hot in temperature and average rainfall. So it's almost in terms of climate in terms of Oman. So post lockdown, if you see, I mean, from the cities, people wants to go to outskirt where they can enjoy the family with the greenery and everything. And if you take the example of Rajasthan streets, actually, which is a desert, and if you see, it's plan. I was just listening to earlier presentation where in terms of connectivity for the smart cities and everything, these are the basic routes. What we can see here, if you see a person walking with the shaded pathways, because they don't have wider space, we call it as a gully in India. So if you see in terms of throughout the day, this pathway is shaded. So though it's a really hot place, but the person can easily enjoy his walk or any time of the day. So also, if you see this building, which is a Jaisalmer Fort, which is almost around 800 plus year old. So this was a thing which we have to look into, because even I do a lot of projects with smart homes. This pandemic also, we have learned a lot how exactly we can simplify that in much better way. So if you see in the staircase effect of the passive thing, you can have this, the windows with the jali work, which is opening for the courtyard. So this is the viewing area for the women, and how exactly it will be also be compensated with the cold air and the hot air, where you can see here in this elevation where you have a cold air and hot air will be coming outside. So also very important is community gathering, how exactly it can be done, because this is basically which can happen in Rajasthan, which is where they can have a courtyard. So from that you can see all the rooms are connected. So if you see the different layer, how exactly it can be done. So in Rajasthan, the context what you can see is a courtyard concept. So how exactly indoor to outdoor space is related. So that's about this particular place, and you can see impact of courtyard, whether it's for the shading, sunlight, landscaping courtyard, or the cross ventilation, where one can enjoy this. So now we need to integrate for this particular places, how exactly our smart design going to look into. It can be in terms of sustainable design based on the local context with the implementation of smartness. So we have to see in this particular area how exactly the smart home can be applied. It's about the HVAC system, or whether we can have a fusion of both. keeping the context of value and also the local context. Next, if you see, it's on the northeast of India. It's Assam. We have just taken a few examples from there, where you have a tropical monsoon climate. And here, if you see, it's a heat-proof, and most of the place bamboos are being used because it's highly prone to earthquake and the flood. If you can see, most of the things are taken up. So you can see the first two pictures where the pre-monsoon and post-monsoon, how exactly it's going to affect. So we have to see how exactly our smartness in terms of technology can be implemented, not only for macro level, also for the micro level as well. So that is very important. We have to consider the geographical location as well. So that's how it is actually. And most of the things are the wall, the local material, what they use is a mud and the bamboo. So you can see how exactly the construction technology. And also one more example which I've taken is a coastal belt that is down south of India. It's Karnataka. Here you can see a rich heritage value actually, which is very important in terms of the elevation, the features, hierarchy of spaces, whether it's an element of window, which is very simplified. They don't have a shutter for this. They have a sliding shutters. So they don't have openable. They have a sliding shutter. So which will give you a lot of things. Even the pillar, which is done by the local wood from the local place itself. So this is the heavy detailing which we can see in the down south. And also you can see the locally sourced material. So in terms of energy efficiency, in terms of zero carbon, so footprint, you can just reduce that as well. So you can see the cladding, which is done, it's called laterite cladding, which is available local. Either it can be used for the cladding, also to build the wall. And also you can see the roofing also, which is highly recommended in India, which is a mango tile roof. So that's what it is. Whether we start with any of the design for any city, this I'm talking about the context, and we can look into the particular area and we can start from there, whether if you're doing from micro to macro, and how exactly we can work in terms of hierarchy of spaces, which can be from small residential to the bigger, larger city design. And this is very, I'll just show the one project which we have done. It's actually, it's a resort. Now it's a dental resort which we are doing in Mangalore. So I'll just run through that. 1 minute. Basically, Sanctum is a dental spa. The client is a very good friend of us, who's also an artist actually. So very talented guy. He wanted to have something out of the box. He didn't want to have a regular rectangular space with the dental care and everything. So he wanted to have some beach resort where he can have his few of the national and international clients there. So if you see the side plan, in the front you have a beach, and on the back side it's a backwater which will connect to the main Arabian Sea. So he has taken a 1.5 acres land. So we started building up the resort here, and we'll be having this dental spa in this particular area. This is a pretty old plan, but we have already done a few of the changes on site. So basically, if you can see here, what we have done, we have just collected all the old, say we have something called 100 years old houses and all, where you have, it's called Guttu house. It's a traditionally called. So we have collected all the material, irrespective whether it's a door or the windows, and a lot of things we have collected. So we started with a concept. And also without cutting any trees in this particular site. So the trees, even the pool or whatever, has been done as per the, if you see, it's a very leisure pool what we have done. So we have done as per the, without cutting any trees as such. So we have looked into all those things, whether it's a active cooling, passive cooling. Basically, it's a free will, and you can also see when we started excavating the land, we got a lot of rocks there which was refilled, so we tried to utilize that. So if you can see from this slide, this is the entrance gate where they have, and this is the entrance. Now we have one more floor on the top, and you can see the entire pool. So that's on the back side. So this will flow into the backwaters. So these are the elements which we collected. So it's a zero waste kind of thing. So we collected most of the, whether it's timber or whether it's any of the item, the old chains, we just refab it and we started. And he's a very good artist. All this is done by the client itself. So he's done. He was pretty good, very comfort in that in terms of working. So apart from that, you can see different. The level of detail what we have worked out based on the southwest direction, which is very heated up down here. So we try to give maximum north opening, so to cut down the heat and everything. So it's pretty good actually. Now we are planning to repair this around 4 to 5 villas we are planning to do apart from this, and a small clinic for him. So it'll be a leisure come the dental clinic. So this is the second phase. What you can see. We have done one overflow. So this is the back. You can look into the river, and it's pretty good back in the evening as well. So it's like in the morning you can enjoy the beach side, and in the evening you can also this is lower area on the back area. So along with that, this again it was a little crazy idea. Why don't we have a small unit so we can have like few people can come and enjoy this kind of view. So we have, this is the coconut, the sink trash. So we have created this elevated, and we are just creating this as one room with attached washroom in this. So this will be more, it'll be like connected to the nature kind of a concept what we're going to have. So this is what we have done. So that's what I can say. The real comfort lies in the living smart and simple. That's what I can say about this. So basically what I want to say, we have to bridge our heritage social value with the smart concept. So irrespective of what scale it is, whether it's you're doing a smart city or a very simple design. So from micro to macro, it's very important, because even we do a lot of projects, higher-end projects we do in terms of smart, but this is what I thought, okay, we have to stick to our roots and it'll be really good. So next, one more project we are working on, where it's a farmhouse, where again, we are planning to implement the smart along with the heritage value. So maybe the next talk or next presentation, inshallah, in future, definitely I can show that. So that's what you guys have to decide, whether Oman, it's a beautiful country, mashallah. So a lot of heritage value, but when we come there, we can see a glass facade everywhere. And so why not something like this in fusion? I mean, it's not like I don't do, even I do the design similar way, but why not something like this? When you reach to a certain extent, so you have to look back and you need to gear up in that heritage value, sustainable, smart, and you have to be the taste of the world. So that's something we all have to work. So that's what I can say. Thanks again for giving me an opportunity representing a few design from India. Thanks a lot. And also we have a college where we work on this. We have something called we have an architecture firm. Along that, we have a college. So we have created a lab. So where we do all this testing or the sampling, and the model 3D, whether it's a 3D printing, the model, physical model. So we go by the design. So let's see, inshallah, hopefully in future we can have a better presentation.
Great, thank you.
Thank you once again.